Welcome back to Beyond the Box Score. Imagine stepping into a chilly November night where every snap, every yard, and every decision carries the weight of an entire season. 3 matchups, 6 picks, and a slate of teams fighting for momentum, pride, and in some cases, survival. Welcome back to Beyond the Box Score. Before we dive into an intense trio of college football battles happening on November 18, 2025, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss the breakdowns that give you the edge before the lines move and the narratives shift. Now let's get right into the stories behind these games, because numbers don't just tell the truth, they reveal the path. Western Michigan versus Northern Illinois isn't just another MAC game, it's a collision of trends heading in opposite directions. Northern Illinois enters this matchup like a car trying to climb a hill with a failing engine. They've dropped 7 of their last 9, sitting at 2-7 in that stretch, and the offense has been one of the least productive in the nation. Western Michigan, on the other hand, rolls in with confidence and a quiet, dangerous momentum. 6 wins in their last 7 games, a plus-minus 3.4 point differential, and a defense that has kept opponents to 13 or fewer in 3 of their last 5. They didn't just beat Ohio. They controlled them. And that kind of effort tells you this team understands how to dictate tempo, space, and physicality. On the other side, Northern Illinois tries to mask their limitations with a ground-heavy approach. Quarterback Min brings size and mobility. 4 throws in an entire matchup against a UMass defense that has struggled all season. You're not fooling anyone. Western Michigan knows what's coming. A heavy dose of runs into a defensive front that has already proven it can stonewall the ground game. The Broncos don't need flash. They simply wear teams down, force long third downs, and make you earn every inch. This matchup plays right into their comfort zone. And that's why the pick is clear: Western Michigan to win and cover the spread. The story of this game is consistency versus volatility. And consistency wins almost every time in late November. Then comes the second layer to this matchup, the total. These teams move at a deliberate, almost methodical pace. Northern Illinois ranks 98th in seconds per play, Western Michigan ranks 106th. That's slow, grind-it-out football. Combine that with both offenses sitting in the bottom 20 in total offense and the bottom 15 in passing yards, and you get a game where every yard is a battle and explosive plays are rare. Western Michigan allows just 4.9 yards per play, 23rd in the nation. NIU allows 5.22, middle of the pack, but stable. The total has trended under in 4 of their last 6 meetings, and this edition brings the same style: controlled drives, long possessions, and defenses that force teams to play honest. All signs point under the projected total. Now we travel to Peden Stadium for Massachusetts versus Ohio, a matchup framed by cold weather, light rain, and 2 programs living in different football universes. Massachusetts enters winless at 0-10, 0-6 in conference play, scoring just 10.5 points per game and giving up 37.6. Their turnover differential sits at -8. They are a team searching for life in a season full of hard lessons. Ohio, meanwhile, is 6-4, with a 4-2 record in the MAC, built on a rugged, punishing ground game that ranks 22nd in the country at over 200 rushing yards per game. Everything about this matchup screams mismatch. Ohio's run-heavy style runs directly into a Massachusetts rush defense that ranks 128th in the nation, giving up over 200 yards per game. Massachusetts struggles to run, struggles to throw, and struggles to keep opponents out of the red zone. And yet, they don't quit. They stayed within 1 score against Buffalo as big underdogs. They fight to the final whistle even when the odds say they shouldn't. And here's where the story gets interesting. Ohio has a history of failing to cover large spreads. They win games. They just don't always win them by the kind of margin the numbers suggest. That tension creates the opening. Massachusetts doesn't have to win. They don't even have to make you believe they can win. They just have to hang around long enough to muddy the pace and tighten the window. That's why the pick is Massachusetts to cover the spread as underdogs. But the total in this game paints a different picture. Massachusetts games average around 48 points, largely because they give up a majority of those points. Ohio games sit slightly above 50. When you combine a run-centric favorite with a pass-heavy chaser, because UMass throws over 40 or even 50 times when trailing, you get drives that either chew clock with long runs or extend the game with incomplete passes. Both situations create more opportunities for points. The styles clash in a way that accelerates scoring instead of slowing it down. That's why the pick is over the projected total. Our final stop of the night takes us to Doyt Perry Stadium for Akron versus Bowling Green, two teams living on the roller coaster of the MAC, where no lead is safe and no trend lasts long. Akron enters with 2 wins in their last 3 and an offense that has quietly grown into a confident, productive unit. Over their last 3 games, they've topped 30 points per game, and the passing attack has become a real problem for defenses that give them too much space. Bowling Green has been one of those defenses recently. Their coverage has shown cracks, their rotations lag, and Akron has the perfect system to exploit those weaknesses with quick reads and simple decision-making. Bowling Green's offense hasn't been able to match that urgency. Averaging just 15 points per game over their last 3, they lean on the run because their passing game hasn't been able to keep up with the rest of the country. With Drew Pyne's status uncertain, that lack of balance becomes even more glaring. Akron will stack the box, dare BG to throw, and simplify their entire defensive identity around gap control and run fits. When a defense knows you can't stretch them vertically, everything becomes easier. Akron's overtime battle with Kent State showed the growth of this team: 530 total yards, 424 through the air, 32 first downs, and consistent movement despite 2 costly turnovers. They've scored at least 24 points in 4 straight games. Meanwhile, Bowling Green has surrendered 23 or more points in 7 straight. That disconnect between momentum and stagnation shapes the story here, and it's why the pick is Akron to cover the spread as underdogs. And the total: this game is a canvas for chaos. Akron extends drives with precision, while Bowling Green either grinds clock or takes advantage of a sudden defensive mistake. Neither defense consistently limits explosive plays. Akron allows 6 yards per play, Bowling Green gives up 5.8. That's a recipe for long gains, short fields, and possessions that pile up quickly. With both teams opening the playbook late in the season, 4th down attempts, trick concepts, tempo shifts, you get a matchup built for scoring. That's why the pick is over the projected total. If you want more matchups broken down with this level of detail, drop the game you want reviewed in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as possible. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on this video, and share your thoughts on today's 6 picks, whether you agree, disagree, or see the matchups from a completely different angle. This is Beyond the Box Score, where we break the game down until the truth reveals itself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.